Just without holes in the noise, I love it.
Yeah. I'd say this has been one of the best atmospheres we've had. Really good away support.
Right around the corner, though.
Yeah, good point, yeah. I'm guessing, yeah, right at point.
As short and pronounced. Chinese accent.
No, that's not.
Let's get him out there. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome onto the pitch, please? Your two teams, Sholing and your one, your only, Gospel Borough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gospel Radio. My days, what a huge game we've got for you today. It's a playoff showdown. Gospel Borough versus Sholing. Looking at how Gospel Borough lines up today, just two changes made from the side that beat Basingstoke a week ago. Brad Tarbuck enters the midfield and Harry Kavanagh is brought in at right back. And new addition from the Teo Singer is on the bench. I'll now run you through the visitors. Starting in goal, number 1, Jack Turner, who's recently been brought in from Farnborough. 3, Joe Rabbits. 6, Harry Taylor. 7, Jake McCarthy. 9, Dan Mason. 10, Jake Eskeff, also their skipper today. 11, Bradley Target. 14, James Roberts. 15, Sam Magri. 16, Reese Willie. And 19, Michael Felipe. And I'll run you through the full Gospel team in just a minute.
Wow. And so waiting is over. This is it. Gospel Borough versus Sholing in the pitching in Premier Division South this afternoon. Lovely to see lots of people pouring in to watch. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.
So the full Gosport team today: Lucas Thomas in goal, 5, Joseph Morrison, 6, Charlie Vasmus, 7, back in the squad, Bradley Tarbuck, 8, Adam Tommaso, 9, and leading Gosport today, Dan Wooden, 16, Jordan Engalo, 19, Hisham Kasamu, 21, Ben Greenwood, 22, Joe Osler, and 24, Harry Kavanagh. It's going to be Gosport shooting from my right to left in their yellow and blue, and Sholing shooting from my left to right in their red and white. Jeremy, we cannot paint how big of a game this is today. Really a lot on the line.
Yep, good afternoon, listeners. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, all. Yeah, you can't understate this one. Whilst it won't decisively land a blow, what it will do, it will very much shape how the business end of the season will play out for both these teams. Yeah, you cannot understate the importance of this. I mean, Gosport, if they want to be seriously involved in the playoff race, have to win. There is no ifs, no buts. They must win. And Sholing's the same for them, because obviously they're in the same position. The teams are locked together on playing records.
Yep.
And you've got Chertsey literally there, and also Sholing still to play Chertsey. There's just so many vital games that will shape which four teams end up in the playoffs. This is one.
Well said. And it will be Sholing kicking us off. Jake McCarthy, the man in the middle for Sholing. And the referee just indicating to both goalkeepers, ensuring we're all ready to kick off. The time 2:59, and like we said, we cannot paint how big of a game this is for both teams today. The ref just taking a look over, and I think this could be us underway.
Hello. Go.
And Jake McCarthy gets us underway here at the AEI Stadium. Sholing in the centre circle, immediately looking to get the ball forward before Osler heads it forward. Ngalo also heads it into Hisham Kasmu. Kasmu brings it down to Brad Tarbach. Tarbach right into Harry Kavanagh, who is back in the side today, coming in for an injured Benny Reid. Do you see that as a missed opportunity for Gosport, not having Benny Reid at right back today?
If he's injured. Yeah, the poor lad got injured, didn't he? And yeah, I think it was interesting reading actually the chairman's notes for today's programme, James, in which the injuries we've got is worrying in honesty. And you've got three of them sat to our right, and there's one suspended in Ethan Taylor. So yeah, they've had to sort of add to the squad this week. And we know Kavanagh's a decent replacement for Benny Reid. Obviously, I think Benny would have liked to have played against Sholing, him having spent time there, so old friends, etc. But yeah, I think what Gosport have managed to do, though, is managed to get a strong side out on the pitch. And if this 11 can't do it with the bench that we've got as well, then there is something up.
Well, like you said, we have brought in a number of players and a few starting today. Lucas Thomas in goal. And I'm really excited to see what he's like. Had a great game against Basingstoke, keeping a clean sheet. And I've heard from Luton fans we can expect a lot from him.
Yeah, and also Blackledge, obviously, I'd like to thank Henry for his time with us. But let's have a look.
Oh, Jake McCarthy cutting inside of Ben Greenwood and lining up a shot. And Sholing take the early lead. It's a fantastic finish from Jake McCarthy. Cut inside of Ben Greenwood before rifling home past Lucas Thomas to give the boatmen the early advantage with just a minute played here at the AEI Stadium. That is some start for the boatmen, Jeremy.
It certainly is. You can't understate how good a strike that was from McCarthy. It was curling, and I don't think there's a lot that Thomas could have done about it. It was, yeah, it was a fine strike. Fine strike. So James is now updating Twitter probably a little earlier than he would have liked to. So after we're in the third minute now, Al Sholing have taken a very early lead. This will now test Gosport's character to the full, because I don't think they expected to go behind quite so early. But you can't understate a strike of that nature. That was some goal, some finish. So Gosport now, 3 minutes in, are a goal down before everybody's even in the ground. We're still seeing people come in the turnstile. They've already missed a goal, which is a bit bonkers. But there you go. Greenwood then for Gosport Borough plays back to Osler. They'll be looking for an immediate response. Osler goes long, driving the ball not very accurately down the middle, and that goes quite comfortably to Jack Turner, who has arrived from Farnborough this week for Sholing, of course. All change at Sholing as well this week. Gosport not the only one making some changes. Now it's McCarthy again chasing what now proves to be a lost cause down that right channel. So Sholing there was sort of hoping to add to it, but the ball a little bit too long for McCarthy to be able to reach, and that's safely out for the goal kick. And one for Lucas Thomas to take. He hasn't really had a touch of the ball, and he's continued.
No. Well, unfortunately, he didn't really get anywhere close to saving Jake McCarthy's shot, but that's what I was about to say.
You don't say
a fine strike. And to be honest, we probably shouldn't have expected anything else. A very experienced player at this level, McCarthy.
Definitely. And Sholing have a few of those. McCarthy's one, then you have to look at the likes of Esker, Magri, Felivi. You know, they've got a few real influential players in that.
Joe Osler tidying up at the back, passing it into Joe Morrison. Morrison looking to chip a ball over the Sholing back line, but it's been well read by Taylor. Willie coming back for Sholing. Loses possession. Ngalo picks up a loose second ball. Now striding forward, gets it through to Kasmu. Kasmu feeds it back to Ngalo. Ngalo lining up a tame shot. It's not going to cause any issues for new Sholing keeper Turner. Also, you brought upon it there, Jeremy, that Turner, a really experienced goalkeeper, brought in from Farnborough. A lot of fans unhappy that he left the club, but it's a huge boost for Sholing.
Definitely. I mean, Sholing obviously have reinforced this week because they've had very much the same thinking as we have that, the last 10 to 12 games are vital, and each and every one of them's a cup final. So, you need experience and cool heads.
Oh, it's Mason there looking to head a ball through to Roberts. Roberts just unable to get onto the end of it, and now Dan Mason is going to see a ball out of play on the far near side, just by the right corner flag. It's Target heading over to go and take this throw in. Been a key part of Sholing over the last few seasons, Matt Target.
Yes. Yeah, he's certainly been a stalwart.
Oh, he got quite easily past Adam Tomasa there, but Ben Greenwood tracking back, knocking it out for a Sholing corner. Just 5 minutes played here at the AEI Stadium, and it is Sholing who already lead, scoring in the first minute of the game. McCarthy with a fine strike, and they've got a good opportunity to double that lead with a corner on the near side.
Yeah, Gosport can't be doing with going 2 down at the stage.
Well, the ball has come inside, back to McCarthy. This time the shot has been charged down by Adam Tommaso. Now Hisham Kasmu chasing down Turner in goal. Turner got a lot of space and time. Clears it upfield. And it's been chased down by Target, who heads it forward, picked up by Joe Osler, who hacks it away onto Brad Tarbuck. Jordan Ingalo midway inside the home half. He gets it back to Ben Greenwood. Greenwood looks up, scoops the ball forward. Brought down by Dan Wooden. Tommaso flicks it forward. Easily read though by Sholing once again. They look so structured so early on, Sholing already.
They do, but then what do you expect when you've got a manager of the experience of Paul Doswell at the helm? Paul Doswell's managed at a very high level, and I would expect his teams to be organised, and they certainly are.
Roberts brings down the ball before firing across in. Well gathered by Lucas Thomas. Like we said at the start of the broadcast, joins from Luton Town. Admittedly, when I saw the news that Henry Blackledge was injured, breaking a finger, I thought it could be very worrying considering how important he's been.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for Henry actually, that his last full game, shall we say, here will be remembered for the mistake that led to a goal, but he's been outstanding for us. And I wish him nothing but the best.
Well, segueing away from that, I think Joe Morrison will be receiving a yellow card. Got the shirt of Michael Falevi there. Just ensuring the counter-attack couldn't go forward there. Yeah, a few people in the media box, yeah.
I think the only slight criticism I could lay at the Borough defence's door from a McCarthy goal was they backed off him a little bit too much. I noticed when he had the ball at his feet in the second instance, they shut him down a lot quicker. That's the only criticism I could lay at their feet. But other than that, not a lot to be done about it.
And now Sholing have a set piece just inside the Gosport half. Is Hesketh over it, the Sholing skipper. Left-hand side, just on line with the touchline, the far touchline. As the low cross comes in, it's going to be easily read by Harry Kavanagh, who launches the ball over, chased down by Hisham Kasmu, but Target just gets in front of him, passes back into Turner. It's a heavy original touch from Turner. There's just enough, though, to pass it left into Rabbits. And Rabbits is charged down by Harry Kavanagh, who overturns possession on the far side. In doing so, runs it out of play, out for a Sholing throw-in.
Yeah, it was sort of good footwork, but he just ran out of room, didn't he? And the ball just crept out of play for the Sholing throw. But yeah, no, you can't help but be impressed with Sholing. As I say, very well organised, well-structured side, and they've been around the playoffs the whole season. And you were at the reverse fixture, yeah. I wasn't, so you'll know how tight a game that was.
And I'll tell you what, the man who got the 2 Gosport goals, they were 2 stunning goals that day from Ben Greenwood. A great free kick and a last-minute leveller. Could he be the main man today for Gosport? Well, throwing comes in. Bradley Tarbuck lines up a shot. Works to be a great pass into Ben Greenwood. Ben Greenwood threw on goal, but saved by Turner. Came out, made himself big, the Sholing number 1, to deny Ben Greenwood. The man we were just saying who got 2 goals against Sholing in the reverse fixture. Nearly on the score sheet for Gosport in this one.
I was going to say, speak of the devil, James.
Couldn't have timed that much better there. Falevi on the far side, left of the 18-yard box, goes inside, gets it through to McCarthy, but McCarthy just can't feed the ball back into Falevi. Promising from Sholing early on, already leading by a goal to 0 on this one. 9 minutes played on the clock. Harry Kavanagh coming forward for the home side, pushes the ball forward. Easily read though by Sam Magri. The ex-Hampton Waterlooville defender, just one of the many Sholing players with so much experience to his name. and a tower of a defender. And now target on the near side into Roberts, who goes back to target. Hesketh connecting the midfield. And Falevi just slipped at a vital moment, allowing to Joe Osler to look to have overturned it. But in doing so, he's been penalised.
Yeah, we know what kind of player Joe is. Left his foot in slightly there, and I think correctly penalised. But the first challenge was Falevi just losing his footing, but Osler then used a little bit more force than perhaps he should have done. But anyway, it's an interesting situation, this. Sholing what set piece to try and exploit.
Well, it's on this right-hand side, 25 yards down. It was McCarthy and Hesketh over it, but McCarthy's run towards the box. Hesketh now calls in a ball. It finds the Gosport man, and I think it's Joe Osler there who won Gosport the foul inside his own box.
Yeah, there's a little bit of argy-bargy going on there. The referee made a straightforward decision, but Gosport really needs to break out this final third. It's what Sholing are doing with some good effect at the moment. It's pinning Gosport in. And I've noticed it more over the last 2 to 3 minutes that Sholing are actually effectively and tactically boxing Gosport in. So,
well, looking at some of the scores in the Southern League, Wimborne lead away to Yate Town, and obviously the only other goal in the Southern League comes here at the AEI Stadium, where Sholing are leading. And to be fair, that has really been the only opportunity. And it felt like an opportunity Gosport really couldn't have done too much about with it being such a good strike.
No, but looking at the live table there, we did have it.
Yeah.
But looking at the live table there, you see how damaging a defeat would be if the final whistle was now. You see that Sholing are on to 54 points
with the game in hand. Ben
Ben
Greenwood on the near side loops in across. It's going to be gathered by Turner once again. But like Jeremy was saying, if the score stays the way it is, it doesn't make for a great reading for Gosport fans.
And they're also gone for Hampstead and haven't Waterloo very much in the rearview mirror.
Well, the only positive is still a long way to go in this game. So
it's not over, but I was just making the point that that's how critical this is.
Yeah.
And, even at this early stage, the league table, as it stands, doesn't lie.
In a weird way, it might sort of benefit Gosport being down so early on, in the sense when we do take an early lead, seem to crumble with it.
Yes, I'll tell you a good example of that is when England played Italy in the Euro final in 2021 and scored in the third minute. And I said to my other half, I said, we've scored too early. All celebrating, and I thought we've scored much too early. And it all turned around gradually over time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Italy just wore us down. Now that's what Borough have to do to Sholing. They need to just make sure their game plan's intact and be patient and just wear them down.
Sholing have possession left of the 18-yard box inside their own half. Adam Tommaso overturns possession on the halfway line into Joe Morrison. Hisham Kasimu controls it midway inside the Sholing half before losing it, but he immediately redeems himself, getting it through to Harry Kavanagh in his right-hand side, 30 yards out. Brad Tarbuck flicks it into Hisham Kasimu. It's not a great first touch, though. A little bit too heavy on the ball there, Hisham Kasimu. And now it's gone all the way back to Charlie Vasmer, just inside his own half. Osler, right-footed pass into Ben Greenwood on the near side. Osler calling for options in front of him and slides it into Jordan Ngala, who does well to turn his man. He's got options arriving in front of him, but just chooses the wrong one there, passing straight into Sam Magri, looking to try and win Gosport back possession. Yeah, did exactly what you said.
Yeah, just as I said, don't foul, he does exactly that. But Gosport are starting to look a little more promising going forward after 13 minutes now. And they just need to keep doing that, keep persisting, and hopefully one of those final passes will find its target and an opening will present itself.
Also, Jeremy, a note on the support here at the AEI Stadium, the home support and away support come in numbers today.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. A lot of Sholing fans have made the short trip down. It's supercharged out there, and I love it.
It has made for a great atmosphere early on here at the AEI Stadium.
I do think, James, we're up around the 1,000 mark in attendance for this.
Well, easy. If you just look at the Borough Bar, that area, just filled with fans.
And also down between the Borough Bar and the Harry Mizzen and in here, this stand's pretty full. So, yeah, I think attendance-wise, you're up around the 1,000 mark.
For sure. And just a little bit of a stop and play as Joe Osler's down for Gosport. just looks to be a bit uncomfortable there. And I have also seen new signing Jordan Stepney also warming up for Gosport.
Well, you see, if Joe can't continue, then that's your obvious replacement, isn't it? Stepney will come in to play where Joe is. And it's Gosport's defence looks a lot more balanced now, you know, with Morrison returning from injury and the arrival of Osler. They've actually got experience at the back. And it's whereas they were just playing with the two centre backs, and if they lost one of them, then they were in serious trouble previously.
Tarbar cooking a ball into Harry Kavanagh, who goes long with the ball, launch padding it into the Sholing half. Now being chased down by Hisham Kasimu, a loose second ball. Kasimu went heavy on Turner there. Just once again, he looks so comfortable though inside that box.
Yeah, and you're not going to ruffle the feathers of an experienced goalkeeper like Turner that way. I think he's played at a high level, played at the National South against some full-time sides this season, so it's going to take more than that to trouble him, I suspect.
Sholing with the ball at the moment. Maghreb left into Rabbits. Dan Wooden looking to charge him down, but Sholing keeping their composure. They work it to the right-hand side, brought down by Target, who heads it forward into Roberts. Back to Target, edge of the penalty area, turns to Masso before going back into Roberts. Roberts, through ball, picked up by McCarthy, does well to keep it. And Rabonas it into the area, headed away by Harry Kavanagh. It wasn't a bad cross though.
No, Ungalo couldn't keep it or clear it, unfortunately, so it means Sholing are keeping the pressure up.
Hesketh into Falevi, far side, being chased down by Harry Kavanagh, who's having to jog back. In the end, sticks out a right knee, which deflects it out for a Sholing corner on the far side.
Tarbuck's not too happy with the defence there. He's got a few words for them. To be fair, he was right. Ngalo had every opportunity to clear the danger, and then that opportunity didn't do so, and it means Sholing kept the pressure up and have won a very dangerous corner.
Well, Roberts is heading over to take the corner on the far side.
Well,
and pretty much every outfield player for Gosport inside this Gosport penalty box defended. Corner comes in towards the front post, and it slid just across the 6-yard area. Thomas had fully missed it. Unfortunately for Gosport, no one there was to stab it home for Sholing, Jeremy.
That was very much a heart-in-mouth moment, wasn't it? Because the keeper came out confidently and then contrived to completely miss it. And that was a simple tap-in for any red and white shirt that was on hand, but luckily they weren't. And you can see the confidence there is a bit low because his goal kick's gone straight into touch on the right-hand side. Just needs to pick himself back up. Everyone makes mistakes. Now, come on, young man. Don't let that define you.
17 minutes now played of this first half. You're listening to Gosport Radio, and it is the Boatmen leading by a 1-0, and they're on the attack again at the moment. Falevi charged down by Joe Morrison and Jordan Ngalo, who just sandwiched the attacker. And now a ball gone forward. Hisham Kasimu looked to be running onto the end of it, but Magri with a great sliding challenge.
Referee's brought play back for something. Not quite sure what.
Offside.
Offside. Okay, yeah.
So free kick taken inside the Gosport half. Joe Osler into Jordan Ngalo. Hisham Kasimu does well to feed it into Ben Greenwood on the outside of the boot pass. Greenwood goes inside into Jordan Ngalo. Ngalo does well to pass it through a number of Sholing players. Now Tarbar, edge of the area, lining up a shot. And it rolls the wrong side of the left Sholing post. That's an opportunity though for Gosport.
It is. I felt he hesitated a little bit too long before letting fly. I think if he'd got hold of the ball and then swiveled and turned and shot straight away, there might have been a slightly better angle for him. But he sort of shuffled to the right. The ball kept travelling the width of the penalty area, and all the while he was being closed down, and he had to then rush the shot when it came and just not on target. But Gosport are trying, and Sholing, I think, continue to be the better side after the first 18 minutes here, and they lead by 1-0. But Gosport are trying, and over the last 5 minutes, they're starting to engineer some more chances moving forward. So that is that's promising for Borough. And we are still early in this game. You know, Sholing may have scored early on. A great goal it was indeed, but there's still a long way to go here, James.
Well, there certainly is. Gosport with a throw in just outside Glenn Howard's technical area. Osler rolling the ball back to Luke Thomas in goal. And now Joe Morrison. Flicks it back to Charlie Vasmer. And Gosport just taking their time, looking to engineer an attack on the near side. Ben Greenwood with the ball at his feet. Goes inside to Hisham Kasimu, who's dropped quite deep into the Gosport area. but he just escapes past a number of red and white shirts before running straight into Hesketh, who turns his man, drawing a foul for his side. Now Sholing have a free kick midway inside their own half.
Clever play there, I thought, drawing the foul like that. And they've got a chance just to sort of reset and try and sort of engineer something from the set piece, which I think Turner's going to launch forward, actually, James.
Well, Turner, he does do just that, launching it forward. Dan Mason, looking to be the recipient of it, wins his heading duel, but in doing so, pushes Joe Morrison straight to the floor. Always a foul there, Jeremy.
It was, but it's gone through to the goalkeeper anyway. Oh no, they have taken the free kick. That's okay. Yeah, so the referee did give it, but yeah, it's just one of those routine run-of-the-mill ones, isn't it?
Yeah, well, 2 goals to update you on in the Southern League. Farnham trailed to Hanwell Town. Former Hampton Waterlooville man Harvey Bradbury on 13 minutes. And speaking of the Hawks, they've just scored against league leaders Walton and Hersham. Leon Maloney with the goal for the Hawks.
I'll tell you what, James, the title race, I don't think
It's over.
done.
Not now.
No, because, and even before today, when I had a good look at the league table yesterday, Farnham have still got a lot of games to play.
Yeah, they have.
And if they win them all and Walton only need to drop 1 or 2 points, then those 2 clubs will be neck and neck. Literally.
Also, though, Farnham trailing.
And they're
It
playing
shows
each
how
other yet as
diverse-
well. They've
Exactly,
still got to play
yeah.
each other, so that could be defining as well. So I don't think it's over at all.
But we don't mind it. It's making for an exciting title race.
Yeah.
Also, an exciting race for the playoffs. Certainly in this game today. Sholing leading early on, though. Goal scored by Jake McCarthy on 2 minutes. It was a fine strike to give the boatmen the lead. Gosport have responded well to going down, but yet to really test Turner too much in goal at the moment. They will be looking to change that, though, with Dan Wooden on the halfway line. Goes back to Charlie Vasmer. Jordan Ngalo calling for a pass just outside the centre circle. Instead, Charlie Vasmer looks to hang a ball over the Sholing back line, easily read by the boatmen defence. Gospel, we're just looking to take a passage down the right-hand side with Harry Kavanagh linking up with Joe Morrison. The duo combine well to win Gospel a throw-in on the far side. I'll go straight into Sholing possession. Falevi chipping the ball into Dan Mason, who brings it down well. He had Falevi arriving on the underlap. Just couldn't work out that pass, though.
Nothing to panic about at this point. I think the problem is if Sholing get a 2-goal lead, then the whole dynamics of this game are going to change. Big start, but all the while it's 1-0, I don't think Gosport have got much to worry about at the moment. They just need to remain patient, remain calm, and start looking for those opportunities. And if it goes on past half time, you look at the bench.
Yeah.
If you get an on-song Michael Fernandez out there, he might start opening up the opportunity. And Teo Singer, of course.
I think that's a very exciting.
That's the exciting one.
Well, I've been told by a lot of Pompey fans. Well, a lot of Pompey fans reckon he could be playing a league or 2 higher. So probably illustrates what a player we may have
There
on
he
our
is,
hands.
just as we speak.
Yeah.
He pops out of the
I'm
dugout.
sorry, what is it with us jinxing stuff today?
That's
It's
you, you've done
yeah.
that. You did it.
Well, maybe yeah. Maybe jinx us a Gosport goal. That'd be nice. But Sholing on their attack at the moment. They fire a cross straight into Luke Thomas. And now Gosport coming down the near side with Hisham Kasamu. He's got Adam Tomasa behind him. And you may hear Ian McInnes, our chairman, just calling for support to try and help Hisham Kasamu. And I think I agree with the chairman's comments there. Needed support on going
The
forward.
support off the pitch, magnificent, isn't it? You look around. I've just looked up, actually, our record so far this season is 1,500 or just over that. But they haven't Waterlooville game on Boxing Day. Don't want to remember the game itself exactly,
No.
but I do want to remember the crowd. And I'm wondering if we're going to trouble that figure today, because we're definitely over 1,000. It's just by how much.
Well, you do love to see it, and let's hope we can give them something to cheer about. Hisham Kasamu brings the ball down well, takes it to the byline. Once again, Macri goes sliding in to turn it out for a corner. Like you said, Jeremy, it's another fantastic challenge. Has to be so careful not to give away a penalty.
I'll tell you what,
Just looks so
a
composed.
player of Magri's experience knows how to time those, and he timed it to perfection there. And this is a guy, of course, who represents Malta in international football, or did, and played against England, no less. I remember watching him on telly playing for Malta against England, so he has played at the highest level.
And you can see it today. Ben Greenwood on the near side with this corner. Ben Greenwood lifts his arms in the air, but the referee spots something about Charlie Vasmer that he's not too happy with. I think Charlie going over to the referee saying his shirt might be pulled. He's holding his shirt.
I think this is a problem that's become an epidemic in the Premier League and the Championship at the top level, but it's also creeping its way down to the lower levels. You're seeing a lot of it now.
Greenwood with his corner, whipped in.
Not the best.
One being hung in towards the back stick. It's found Charlie Basmo, who headed towards the floor. In the end, it allowed for Sholing to clear it away pretty easily in the end. In doing so, there is a Sholing man who's gone down just on the edge of the 6-yard box.
I think it's Roberts. I'm hearing our colleagues from Sholing saying down the end of the press box. Here's another key.
Sharp box. Harry Taylor.
That was Harry Taylor.
That's Taylor.
Sorry, Taylor. Okay, we've been identified that. So, yeah, obviously, neither team wants to see experienced players go down injured. It's always a worry, but he seems to be up and about and okay.
Well, while there is a stop in place, some more goals in the Southern League.
Chelsea have scored.
Yep. Bradley Wilson, former Basingstoke man.
Against Basingstoke. Isn't football just funny like that?
And also Uxbridge lead away to Hungerford. George Moore on 20 minutes.
The Chelsea goal is a vital one, and that just piles pressure on us, Gosport, to get back in this game.
Well, let's hope Gosport can get back into this one. Ball comes in. It can't find Dan Woodham. Still, danger not averted. Tarbach lines up with Shaw. How has he missed from there? He had a free opportunity in front of goal, but somehow blazed it miles over the Sholing crossbar. Tarbach really should have put that ball in the back of the net now.
It was actually a difficult chance, to be fair. He hit it on the half volley, right-footed. He didn't quite catch it correctly, and it was always rising and just cleared the bar by a few millimetres. But it doesn't matter. It can be a mile or it can be a millimetre. That miss is a miss, and he'll rue that. He'll be disappointed with that. But it just shows you that Gosport are creating the chances. But what they can't do here is let Roberts in here. He's missed it. They cannot be that slack at the back. They cannot be that untidy. Literally, we're talking at the other end, and then Roberts charges through at the other end, almost unchallenged, and yeah, Gosport survived that. So 26 minutes played. Gosport going the old Sholing one here at the AEI in front of a crowd of must be 1,000 plus, but we'll get the figure early in the second half. Wooden goes down in a challenge with Harry Taylor. The referee just said 6-1, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, that says I think it was. And Gosport go along with Wasmer looking for number 19, Casimu. Casimu cannot. Yeah, he's fouled. I thought he was. The arms were up and about. You can't do that. So it is a soft free kick. I agree with our Sholing colleagues' assessment of that. But I think in the modern game, if your arms and your elbows are up and around, you're going to be asking for it, I'm afraid.
Well, let's just take a look back over that last minute. Two big opportunities at both ends. Tarbach slicing it over the Sholing crossbar. And then also Roberts coming so close to doubling the boatmen's lead.
Yeah, I think the Roberts chance, Gosport will be rightly concerned at the lax defending that allowed him to get through. You've got three vastly experienced centre-backs out there in terms of Osler, Wasmer and Morrison. They cannot be doing that.
Yeah, just seemed to be fully unaware of the opposing threat. Roberts
he
was
just
down
made a
the
little
wing.
dancing run between them and suddenly he had the space. So it's fortunate for Gosport the finish wasn't there, but it's just another reminder of Sholing's potency going forward.
Well, Roberts and McCarthy really lighting up this game so far, causing a lot of threat for Sholing. And ball over the Sholing back line. Hisham Kasimu keeps his run on side. Throw on goal. He's scored down. They made attention short, and a penalty has been given to Gosport after Hisham Kasimu was brought down. Sholing players crowding the
on here? What's going on here?
The boatmen are exasperated with that decision.
Cavanaugh's upset with something as well.
To be
I'll tell you
fair,
what, he thought about it.
I think Gosport are lucky to get that
And I'll tell you,
decision.
the benches are up as well. I don't understand this. It is very much a case of. Very much a case of. I think it was a soft card. The yellow card is to Joe Roberts, but yeah, I think we'll have to sort of unpack that one after. Yeah, we'll have to review that one and look over it. But the referee thought about it. His arm went up very, very, very slowly, and then pointed to the spot.
He thought about it there.
Yeah.
Well, this is a huge turning point in this game.
Well, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
Turner's playing a few sort of tactics there. He's sort of taking his time to get back.
Said
So I
something
do
to
understand how
Tarbuck
they feel, because if it goes the other way, then you'd rightly be
You'd be
quite
furious,
annoyed with
yeah.
that. But I think we need to sort of go back and look at it after the event. No matter what the outcome of the penalty is, we've got a lot to talk about. Casimiro's going to take it.
He's been in great form as well, Hisham
And
Casimir.
he's got a score. Well,
And-
he needs to, yeah, it would be helpful, put it that way.
Well, all of the people in the press box did have Hisham Casimir down as a possible goal scorer in our predictions. Can he put that into fruition now? Hisham Casimir.
Turner's trying all the tricks in the book there, isn't he?
Casimir from 12 yards. Steps up and slots his opportunity home. As you like for Hisham Casimir, slides it into the bottom right corner. Turner goes the wrong way. Gosport back level. The man who won the penalty converts it as well. Hisham Casimir for Gosport on 29 minutes.
And down, it will take control. Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport Borough equaliser on the half hour from the penalty spot. 19, Hisham Casimir.
He's not half bad, is he, Hisham?
He's very good, actually. Under the greatest of pressure there, to be honest, because he will know in the back of his mind that was a soft penalty to have got. And sometimes that can play tricks with you. But obviously Turner using all of his experience, Turner using all of his experience and all the boxer tricks to fight him off, but no, he didn't. And we are all square once more here at the AEI. So James is updating the media now, so I'll just carry you through the next few moments. But Gosport Borough won, Sholing won here at the AEI, and a more important game in the playoff race you could not find, with Chesham winning, of course, as well. So the pressure is on both these teams to try and find a win today. Sorry, Chesham, Chertsey, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah, Chertsey are winning. So, yes, I had it in my mind because I watched a bunch of amateurs in the week and Chesham won.
Oh, great series.
Yeah, that's why they were in my head. Yeah, apologies, Chertsey, yes, they're ahead. So, but the pressure is on both these teams to get all 3 points. What we've got now out there is quite a charged game, because Sholing feel aggrieved because of the penalty award. Gosport have found a way back in it. I think Sholing have been the better side over the first half an hour, but it just shows you football can turn on these moments, and it can be a strange, a fickle mistress. I think football can be, and you can feel rightly aggrieved if you're on the wrong end of it. The throw down the right hand side for Sholing, taken by number 11 Brad Target, and Sholing just playing a little bit of ball, just sort of hooking the ball back over the shoulder. It finds its way through to Lucius Thomas, who recycles it with Wassmo. Wassmo going to go long along the floor. And Tarbuck now driving through the midfield. Goes down. Does the referee give a foul? Yes, he does, James.
Yeah, well, Tarbuck drawing the foul there and also having a conversation with Magri after that. Now he's also having a chat with number 16 for Sholing, will he?
Wasn't to be moved.
Tarbuck just doing enough there to win Gosport a throw-in just outside the centre circle on this right-hand side. And Harry Kavanagh was making a run up there, but I don't think Adam Tommaso, the free kick taker, noticed him. And instead, Tommaso walking away from this free kick, so it's going to see the left foot of Ben Greenwood behind it. Greenwood, a ball in. Osler brings down Hesketh on the near side. The referee immediately noticing that. And a bit of a stupid thing to give away there from Osler, I thought.
Okay, so while there's a little bit of a lull, James, let's unpack the penalty. And I'm going to ask you straight out, yes or no?
No.
I have to be honest, no,
No.
I don't think so.
No, not at all. I think the players were shoulder to shoulder. There was contact, but there was, I wouldn't say it was foul. I think it was just two physical players going shoulder to shoulder. One goes down. The referee takes about 10 seconds to decide.
The only question I would ask is, was there something we can see from up here in the press box?
Obviously, there is that. There is that, because the referee is supposed to have the best view and the only view that matters. But from up here, you don't get the same angle. So it'd be interesting to sort of, when we do get the footage, to look at it again and then maybe draw a different conclusion.
Well, I thought the most telling was when the Sholing man got a yellow card as well. So he was sure of that.
They got quite animated. So they say a player's reaction tells you a lot.
Yeah, it did there.
And literally, I think 8 or 9 of those Sholing players you could see they were quite animated. If it's a blatant penalty stone, then there's often no reaction or a different kind of reaction.
But I'll tell you what, it makes a change for contentious decisions to be our way rather than the opposition.
someone once said that they even themselves out over a season, because we've had a few go against us this season, but they do tend to even themselves out. But moments like that can shape a season and send it in one direction or another. And so both these teams will hope that something from today shapes it in to their advantage.
Yeah. Well, Charlie Vassman taking his run a little bit too forward there.
Oh dear,
and
I
goes
think he's in
heavy
trouble
in
for
his
that.
Sholing
I think he's in
opposition.
trouble for that.
Well, it looks like a yellow card has been bumped out. Well, Charlie Vassman,
Yeah,
He
he
just went
knew,
way
he
too
knew what
long
he'd
there
done.
in that.
He knew what he'd done straight away. The reaction there from Charlie, he knew what he'd done.
well, he carried the ball for too long to begin with, and then
Yeah.
almost frustration creeping in.
But the thing is, I don't know if it was a red. Now, I know our Sholing colleagues are calling it. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was a red. No.
But again, it was clumsy. It was clumsy, and yeah, it was clumsy, definitely. And the yellow card warranted, definitely. And Charlie knows it. His reaction tells us that.
Oh, just for a split second, I thought Charlie Phasma was in the Harry Mitson stand, but instead it's Phil, I think.
You've got a doppelganger.
Yeah, you really do, because it said 6 Phasma. I was like, oh, why is
Yeah,
he in
he's
the
got
main
the
stand?
shirt on, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But, yeah, Charlie's got a doppelganger. There'll be public appearances for Phil next. You just watch.
Just, yeah, mistakenly comes on
Charlie
the
for him as a clone. Interesting to see Brad Target. Oh, hello.
That's a
We've seen
huge
that
one.
from the Six Nations. Just to
Scotland
switch
leading
tack.
40-14.
Scotland are absolutely mullering the French in the Six Nations. And
So the Grand Slam might
I'll
not be
tell you
enough for
what,
France.
I'll tell you what, this Six Nations is as unpredictable as ever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
One thing's for sure is that England won't win it.
Well, yeah, the one guarantee you can get from the competition. Well, that's great for Scotland.
It's amazing. Wow. Well, they really did do a number on England at Murrayfield a couple of weeks back, didn't they? And they've really got better since they lost in Italy on day one. They've got a lot better, and I think that's every team having lost one now.
Sholing coming down the centre for Levy. He's got Rabbits on the overlap. Now Rabbits, left of the 18-yard box, goes for a cross, charged down by Harry Kavanagh. Blocks it out for a Sholing thrown on the far side. And it's gone back into Willie. Hesketh laying it through into Magri, who's looking to charge forward for the visitors. Lines up a short distance. And it was teasing, just dipping at the last moment, skimming the Gosport crossbar. That could have been a sensational finish.
Yeah, that would have been. If that found its way in and just dipped under the bar and ripped the roof of the net out, that would have been a sensational strike. And that would have been 2 this afternoon, to be honest. But it just shows you that this is why Sholing are where they are on the table. They've got the quality to deliver strikes like that and to create chances like that can be finished like that. So we are about 8 minutes out from half time, and it's now Gosport Borough 1, Sholing 1 here at the AI, a packed AI stadium. It has to be set. And just after the break, we hope to find out just how many are here. Now, Sholing just hooking the ball over the top, and Morrison just having a little tussle there with Jake McCarthy. But Sholing get the throw on the halfway line to be taken by Hesketh. Actually, he's going to leave it for Target. Literally right on the halfway line between the two benches. And you just have a little bit of a lull where you're waiting for this throw to be taken.
Yeah, so Target just preparing the throw in on the near side. And he's looking to pick out Dan Mason, who gets it through into Falevi. Falevi goes left into Rabbits, charging forward, gets on the end of the pass, goes for a pass, blocked by Gosport before being hampered away there by Joe Morrison. And Sholing immediately picking it up once again. Just every Sholing player today seems to have a great work ethic, winning all these second balls.
But that's how you win football matches. And especially in this division, you've got to work harder than your opponents.
Target going inside of East Man, gets in a pass. Hesketh looking to backheel it, but Charlie Vasmer Tool blocks the pass. Sholing immediately winning back though on the near side. Roberts goes for a looping cross in, gathered by Thomas at the back stick. Another teasing cross in though from Roberts. This one much better dealt with though by Luke Thomas, who drop kicks it down the other end, evades the head of Dan Wooden and instead finds Taylor. And now 38 minutes played of this first half. It is all level here at the AI Stadium.
He's done himself a mischief there, isn't he?
I think he was lucky there. And also a little bit of afters there with Dan Wooden, and I think that was Taylor, was it?
Thing is, Dan Wooden, you don't mess with him.
No.
I know he's not the biggest player on the pitch, but he is as physical as they come. And you don't come out of a confrontation with Dan very well.
And just drives him as well. He loves that
He
sort of stuff,
loves it.
Dan.
He can't get enough. But that's why he is a talisman and the target man up top, because he's physical and he can mix it with some defenders twice his size.
Only unfortunate, we've yet to really see too much of Dan Wooden on the ball in this first half.
Isolated. The problem with him is he's isolated. And it's not quite his game.
No. And I wonder if this is where we see the change in the second half. I'm not sure at the start of the second half. But yeah, I could very well see Glenn House making a change up front.
I think if he stays that isolated, then excuse me. Yes, because the game is sort of passing around him, because free kicks, set pieces, corners, etc. That's where Dan can get in, he can block defenders, he can use obstruction and get more involved. But it's more on the floor, this game, so sort of bypassing him. That's why Casimu's been a lot more active up front so far.
Well, Dan Wooden looking to get himself on the end of the ball.
That's exactly it. That's what I mean. That's my point.
Yeah.
He didn't quite get it right that time. It was a little bit of a foul, but that's what he does.
Well, brings down Magri, so Sholing have a free kick midway inside their own half. It looks like Turner's going to be heading up to take it. Done a few long distributions in this game so far, but opts to go short this time into target. Roberts. His pass is intercepted well by Tarvar. Gosport looking to counter now with Hisham Kasimu. Kasimu lining up a shot. Well charged down though by Heskev.
I think the better option would have been to try and pick Wooden out there.
Yeah.
He went for
He was making a run as well in front of him.
Yeah, that would have been the more sensible option there.
Just took a little bit too much on there, Hisham Kasimu. But we know you can do it. I've seen in the Basingstoke game. Not sure if you saw that goal. It's a fantastic vibrant run. He just made the Basingstoke players look like statues, didn't he?
I saw the highlights, and I think Hish has been a fantastic addition since he arrived. He's really given Gosport a viable goal threat in a variety of situations. So, yeah, you'll sort of write him off at your peril.
Certainly. Now Sholing have a throw in, I'd say centre of the park. And he goes long, looking to pick out Dan Mason. Joe Morrison wins his duel. In doing so, though, the referee has spotted a decision on Joe Morrison he's not happy with, so he's given a foul Sholing's way.
Yeah, this is important because this is a free kick just a few, maybe about 10, 15 yards outside the penalty area, so there's an opportunity to deliver a quality ball in here into the mixer. So Gosport need to be right on their game here and have the concentration where it needs to be.
Oh, Sholing has some huge players who are just standing on line with the 18-yard box. Dan Mason, I'm sure, will fancy getting on to the end of this. Heskev with a set piece from the left-hand side, loops in the cross, finds the head of Brad Tarbach, who glances it away. Hisham Kasimu brings it down well, turns his man, and now coming forward, he's got options arriving in front of him. But Hisham Kasimu keeps it down this left-hand side. Now he's starting to get options filter forward. But once again, the support around him wasn't enough. Hisham Kasimu had to do all the hard work there. In doing so, run it out of play. I just needed a lot more support there.
On the notes.
Just a few PR.
And also, our chairman not happy with the referee's decision making there on that bit of play. Believed Hisham Kasimu should have got a foul. Either way, the referee's given a throw in, Sholing's way. But that does seem to have spurred on the Gosport fans, that attack there. Target with a throw in. Goes long, looking to pick out Mason once again, and Mason flicks it back straight into Adam Tommaso though. Hesker looking to win it on the near side, but instead it's gone into Gosport possession with a throw-in. And just 2 minutes left of normal time in this first half. The game won apiece. McCarthy with the first goal on 2 minutes, and then Hisham Kasimu with a conversion in 38. And Gosport just progressing further forward up the field with throw-ins. The ball keep being knocked out of play. So Ben Greenwood with his throw-in.
So 601
looking to pick out Dan Wooden. Dan Wooden does get on the end of it. But the final touch coming off of the Sholing man there as it goes up for another throw in. Once again, deeper into the Sholing half. Greenwood heading over to take it again.
Yes, mate. Thank you.
And now yellow and blue shirts starting to flood the Sholing half, but Ben Greenwood throws back into Tarbot. And the third official has noticed that it's a foul throw. So another throw will be awarded, but this time it's going to be a Sholing throw in a similar position. And just a wasted opportunity there for Gosport, with the throw being so deep inside the Sholing half as well.
Bit of a daft one as well, James, to be honest. But you get that in football sometimes. You just got to get on with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gosport aren't really blessed with long throwing takers. And Jordan Ngalo drawing the foul midway inside the Sholing half on this left-hand side. And now we are just awaiting additional time as we approach the 45th minute.
Yeah, well, it should be any second now, James.
You two watched set play.
Yes, I think you might have to hang on with that.
I reckon 3.
Yeah, that's a fair shout, Connor. Yeah.
But
So the discussion between the two benches going on.
Mark
there, I don't know.
Summerhill
And
animated
Paul
as well.
Goswell. Yeah, I don't quite know what's got their goat, but or maybe it's the penalty that's rearing its head again. Who knows?
Well, an opportunity for Gosport to get a lead going into the break. Greenwood swings in across, finds Charlie Vasmer, who knocks it across the 6-yard area before Hisham Kasim, who gets on the end of the pass and heads it over.
Leave that ball, and here it comes. It's being prepared. So we're already into stoppage time.
Yeah,
So
just
that's
awaiting
what it
additional
is.
time now.
I didn't. Here we go. Ready and. Here we go. Yeah,
Yep,
ladies
2
and
minutes
gentlemen,
over.
the referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes.
I agree with that. It's been
It's
a
about
pretty
right.
free-flowing game
It's
so
about
far.
right. Yeah, there's not been any major stoppages, has there?
Well, Gospel once again coming forward. Dan Wooden chasing down a ball. Taylor has to hit it over his head. It goes high into the sky. Brought down by, I think that was Rabbits there on the far side.
It is.
Dan Wooden controlling the ball, hitting it over the Sholing back line. Chased down by Hisham Kasamu.
Has to be-
Always favour Turner there.
Has to be said, we've already played over 1 minute of those 2 added minutes, though, James. So we've got less than a minute until the interval now. And I would say that Gosport would have to be the happier because they were outplayed and outthought for the first half an hour, and they were a goal down inside 3 minutes. But have got a controversial decision going their way, which allowed them a way back into the game. So they've got to be happy with that.
Well, Gosport doing well to win possession on the near side after Target was coming forward but caught in his tracks. And Magri kicking it into the back ankle of Heskev, allowing for Gosport to win possession midway inside the park. Tarbot now taking it down the right-hand side, being chased down by Sholing players. He's got Kavanagh arriving on the overlap, chooses that option. Kavanagh curls it in, takes a deflection, goes back to Tarbot, who heads it forward. Cleared away, though, by Sholing on the far side. And also a free kick is given Sholing's way, and I think that might just be the end of it. So Sholing looking to take this last set piece of the half. And as Jeremy said, I think Gosport will certainly be the happier team going into the break.
They have to be, because like I said, they've been absolutely outplayed. Well, they were absolutely outplayed, I thought, for at least the first 20 minutes, and Sholing the better side for the first half an hour. And then Gosport started to create, but they were given a way back into the game. So I think it's going to be 2 very interesting team talks downstairs during the break, which is
Well, that is the conclusion of the first half as it finishes all square. Gosport Borough 1, Sholing 1.
right.
Time
at the AI
We
Stadium,
will be back
ladies
for
and
more
gentlemen,
second half
and coming up
coverage,
is the
so make sure to
result
check out the other stream. We will be back for second half coverage.
Which 601 of you have entered today. 601 tickets.